Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios. My name is Alison and today I'd like to share with you the Enchanted Cottage. This is beyond cute. If you've got little girls in your family, they're going to love it. You can make them as little fairy cottages. If you've got boys in your family, little haunted houses, beautiful. Right, where do we start? I'm going to show you how to make this one. So let's pop it to one side and let's make a start. So this is my die set. It also comes with a stamp set, but I'm not using the stamps today. So the first thing, I'm going to cut 2 of these side panels. So there we go, there's my side panels. So I'm going to fold all the lines. So they're all going to be mountain folds. So just work your way around. Oh no, there is one valley fold. I tell a lie. And it's the one with the little cutout in the centre. So give that a little tweak. And then we keep working around until we've done them all. I find it much easier to fold them before I start decorating because I can see everything then. There we are. Last ones. That's it. That's all done. So I'm going to do the same with the other one, but a little bit quicker. So what are you going to make yours into? I just think they're going to be wonderful as Christmas decorations on your windowsill. You can have a little village of them. I can just see so many ideas with these. There we go, nearly done. So there's my folds. Last one, all done. So first thing first, we glue the 2 together. So just along the central fold lines, we'll pop a little bit of glue and then just press together. So you know you've got it right because you've got a tiny little heart in the middle. So your heart will line up. There we go. We'll give it a little press. So now I'm going to start with my decorating. So we're going to do the side panels first. So where do we start with them? Should we start? I've got 2 plain panels. So I've got 2 brickwork panels. So we got 2 sides here. So I've cut a brick panel and then I've cut a panel behind. So a little bit of glue around the outside. I'll show you which panels, I've used now. There we are. Take off a little bit of excess and then glue these together. Make sure I'm lining up. So which ones have I used? Take that one out of the way. I've used the plain edge. You've got a scalloped edge. So you can do your really girly little things. And then you've got a plain edge. And there's my brickwork. So that's the 2 I've used at the moment. If I start using plain edges, I tend to continue using them. But that's just a personal thing with me. They're either all scalloped or they're all plain. So just pop this to the side. There we are. I'm making sure, reason I'm folding it up, I'm making sure I've got an even edge because the light is catching and I want to make sure it is central on the panel. So we're going to skip one panel and this will be opposite then on the box. So there's the other one. Make sure they level at the bottom because otherwise you can have a little bit of a wonky house. So there's the 2 wood brick panels done. So the next one now I'm going to do is a flower panel. So I've used the same plain outer edge, but this gorgeous panel. It almost looks like you've got sunflowers growing up the side of your house. So glue those together. A little bit of glue all the way around. And I've kept a light background on this. So I've married up the colour behind the bricks with the outer colour for these. And then I've put an ivory behind. So this panel now is going to be this panel. So where do we start? So I've cut all that. Then I've cut the panel again in green and I've snipped that out. Then I've cut it again into the coral and I've cut the flowers out, and the same with the lighter peach, and then I've cut it into brown and added in the central bits to the flowers. So never be afraid to snip out. So I've got one little bit here that I can show you. So if we were just going to take the flower, chop all around it first. Take all the extra bits off. Whatever we're attached to, we don't want to be attached to. So I'm making sure. There we are. So all I'm going to do then, just round off. If you've got some weird shapes, just round them all off. And this then will just be stuck on top. There we are. So shape your petals as you go in. Doesn't matter if they're not exactly the same as your die cut. You're not even going to notice it. So just work your way around, and there's my last bit. So this would be my flower now that I'm going to stick on top. So again, it would be a little bit of glue and then pop it on top of the die cut that you've already got there. And you can build up lots of colours and lots of depth like this. So that's what I've done there. So we pop this onto my little house. And that is the back of the house. So again, I'm looking at the base now. Are these pretty much lined up? I think they are. And then we've got the front of the house. So again, here's the panel for the front. So you cut your plain shapes and then you cut this into the house. So it leaves you with the door. So this is a little bit bigger than the door die. So it gives you a nice little edging around your door. So there we go. So I've cut my door. So we pop that in place. There we are, just leave a nice outer edge. What are we going to do with the front? So again, I did exactly the same as the back. I snipped all the pattern work, all the leaves and the flowers out of green. Stuck that on top. Now I've stuck these onto a little bit of double-sided adhesive. You don't need to put them onto these. I've done them to make it easier. I know I can't get the backing off. I've made it easier to show you today, but you could just stick these directly on top. And I've paper pieced. So let's find out where this flower goes. When you look at them, there we are, it's the top one. So pop that on top. I did all these yesterday and I popped all the crystal drops on. What I would say to you is if you're going to put crystal drops on, put them on the panels before you make up your box, because it's much, much easier when they're already done. So there's my next one. Again, paper pieced with the opposite colour. That one goes there. So if I've got a lighter outside, I've put a darker inside. and vice versa. There should be another one here. There it is. Just think of your colours as you're cutting them, and they're such small scraps you're using. Oh, the sticky doesn't want to come off today. I should have pulled all these off first. Bear with me a sec. There we go. I think I got it. There we are. So there's my last little flower. And that makes the front of my house. So again, we've created depth again on this. So we can glue that in place. So our house is coming together nicely. There we are, we're all central. So I'm going to pop the other bits on when I'm done. So I've just wanted to pop all the panels on first. So our base is a little square die. Now I had this square a second ago and I've popped it somewhere and I can't remember where I've popped it. But it doesn't matter because you'll have a little square that sits around the butterfly. So I'm going to glue this and work around my box. Why have I cut two of them? The reason I've cut two is because I like to pop one inside the box. And then I cover it all up on the outside then with the second one. So I'm just gluing the tab, so I'm making sure that the tab is stuck nice and straight. And then as I come around then, each tab, let me give this a second to stick. I always want to move everything too quickly. There we are. Pop it back under. And give it a second. Right, I'm making sure that it doesn't go over that fold line. Right. So we'll give that a sec before I get too excited. We'll pop the glue on for the next one. And work your way around. So I am folding the tabs around the square. Again, hold it for a couple of seconds. Be kind to your glue. Come around again with the next one. Little bit of glue. There we go. And the last one. So we're going to do the tabs as well with this one. So pop your glue on your tabs first. And start at the bottom because that is going to be easier. And again, look at these little hearts on the side. I'm going to bring that forward. So my heart is going to be all lined up there, ready to pop on the base. And there we go. And the other top bit. It will hold a little tea light. So if you cut these into the box and pop vellum behind, you can make a lovely little lantern. So a little bit of glue on the last side of the base. If you can't reach the bottom, use one of your paper creasers. Pop it down and press. There we are, and that will sort your bottom up for you. Bit of glue on the base, and we can hide. I like to hide all my glue tabs so people wonder how you've put it together then, because they can't see any joins. So there is our box for starters. So how does the lid go together? Well, the little fold, remember we did a valley fold, that's going to go in on all the sides. So pop the 4 of those in first, and then each flap of the lid comes over. It's a really ingenious idea that Keris has come up with. Work your way around. And that is how your lid closes. I think it's marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. So let's decorate the roof now. So we've got 3 different shapes for the roof. And you're going to need 4 of each shape. When you put your main die back on, you can see exactly where the shapes are and which bit they stick back onto. So you've got a scalloped shape and a plain shape. Again, I've used the plain shape for all of them. And it looks like a little roof tile. They are all the ones I've used. So let's glue these in place. So we're going to make a start with this one. So it's almost, it reminds me of a little hockey stick at the bottom. I don't know why. And they are on the little latch that closes the roof. So pop them into the centre. There we are. Again, hold it for a second. So we'll do all those first. Another one. I find it easier to do all the same side because you know then that you've got the right ones in the right place. All the same shape rather. There we go. So that's that one. Next one. There we go. I'm sure you are going to have so much fun with these. Don't forget, share your makes on our Facebook and Instagram. Show us what you've made. Because I know you've got some imaginations out there that I could die for sometimes. Right, so there's the first panel we've done. And we've gone all the way around with those. So now we're going to do the one that's opposite. I'm going to leave that one till last because the glue is still drying. So this is one that's got a little nick out to the side. This one reminds me of a lightning bolt. And again, try and line it up so all the top of these tiles is the same height. And again, work your way around. There we go. Number 3. And the last one. It's quite a little bit of decoration, but it gives you lots of scope then. Because even by changing different colours, different texture card, you're going to get a different effect. So that's the outside of our roof done. We're going to open these now and there's one to pop inside. So this one now, I want to bring down a little bit. So I'm not lining it up to the top, I'm bringing it down so you can see it a little bit underneath. Plus I don't want it to interfere with the fold. So that one's done. And then we go round again. And this one in place. Again, try and keep them pretty much level. There we are. Next one. There we are. You're going to take more time than me, definitely, because I'm rushing these a little bit. Last one now. And then we've got some lovely bits of decoration to pop on as well. because you've got little vines, you've got flowers, you've got butterflies. You can hang it up. There's a little hanger for it. There's just so much in this set. So there's our basic house made. So I want to add a couple of windows. So we've got two types of windows. Got a little round window. So there's my round window. And I've put some mirror card behind, just so it looks like there's someone at home and the lights are on. So I'm popping that on top. Try and get your crossbar straight. And then these will fold up so it looks like you've got little shutters on your window. I think that's such a dinky little idea. Little bit of glue on the back, and then we'll pop that onto the side. And then I've got two little arched windows. So we've got arched windows up here. And again, I've popped a little bit of gold mirror card behind. Again, to show the lights are on and there's someone home. So we'll pop that one on, and then we'll have another one on the other side. There we are. So you put as many windows, as little windows. You could put this, just so much decoration you can add to these. I could be here all day. Right, I've got a little vine now. And you just can't have a blank wall, can you? You've got to add a little bit to it. So I'm going to pop some vines down the side. There's one short vine and one longer vine. So I'm using one of each. And there's your little vine dies. You've got grass to pop along the bottom. As I say, you can just keep going with these. So I'm going to have them both facing downwards. And I'm going to pop another one on the other side. They are just cutest of cute, I think. There we are. Last one of these. And again, we'll have the leaves all going the same way. There we go. So there's our leaf decoration. Again, give them a chance to dry. And I've done some flowers and I've popped some crystal drops in the centre, so we can add a couple of these onto the vines. Is this a house you fancy living in? I think it looks really, really gorgeous. Whoops. There we go. A couple of little flowers. And I've got a couple then to go on the front. There we are. I think it's easier to glue here. So there's our decoration. So I've got a little tag that we can add on. So we can tuck this in anyway. We can tuck it underneath one of the flowers. This one I've done as a tag and I've hung inside the box. Lots and lots of ideas that you can do. So it says cherish on the tag. Pop that onto a backing plate. And then we can put it onto the back again. So we've got two backing plates. There we go. So I'm going to, a little bit of glue on the back. And onto the top then, I'm going to put the flower. So a little bit more glue. Oh, that was a bit much. There we go. So there is our little enchanted cottage. Hope you've enjoyed the make. Don't forget you can tag us in any of your makes. Come and join us again. Happy crafting.